Hello and welcome to the first ever, we can't call it Let's Drown Out because that's copyrighted by Zero Punctuation. We'll figure out a different name for this. We can't call it a Let's Play. So, anyways, we're going to play something I like to call Bus Simulator 18. Have you ever heard of this game?
No, but this is one that you've talked about a lot. Like, it's just as far as like a relaxing game goes.
Yeah. So, this is in the grand tradition of simulators which simulate real jobs. I'm not blasting aliens on Mars. I'm not in a wasteland, although I'm in New York, so it's pretty damn close. But I am bus driving. And as far as this goes, I'm playing with the this is the sandbox, which means I'm not making money, and I don't lose money. As you can see over there, the infinite symbol next to my money. So, yeah. So, let's start off with the Air Rail Express, which is really difficult in certain ways. Now, do I want to let's make this random. So
is there a tycoon element to this game?
Yes.
Like, it's not just driving around, it's actually managing like a bus.
Oh, well, here's the thing. Two things. One, there is a campaign mode. What irritates me is that you either have the campaign mode or a sandbox, and not a mixture of both. I would have liked a sandbox in which you only have a limited amount of money. I'm going to turn on the cashier, so I actually have to pay people. People have to actually pay to get on the bus. Actually, they usually have tickets with them and they just get on the bus, which means there may be some people who are sneaking on without paying. What I would have liked was a sandbox with finite money, so that it was sort of like, free form, but not everything is free. So either it's sandbox, everything is free, or campaign, and there's a chance you might go bankrupt. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of types of I color-coded all the buses depending on the route. These are all the same kind of buses, but I do have this. This is the small bus, this is a little bigger bus, and here is the UFO. And the reason I call it the UFO is because it sounds like a UFO when you're inside it. I'm not going to drive this because there's some tight things, so I'm going to take the mid-sized bus. So I put the environment on random, so it could be anything. I actually prefer driving at night, and there's a reason for that. So let's start the drive. Because I'm going to put it this way, the traffic AI is stupid.
Oh, no.
Oh, I am a rainy day. So first things first. First, obvious thing. And now I have to turn on my brights. Oh, I can't do that. I have to take that. Boom. I have my brights on. And I believe... Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, wait. See, I almost made a mistake there. There's a red light.
So you actually have to obey traffic.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you do anything wrong, it gives you demerits. And if you do things right... Now, here's the thing. If I make a turn without a signal, you won't get a demerit, but if you do a signal... Oh, it's green now. If you do a... If you make a signal, then you'll get praise for it. For example, when you're approaching a bus station, they want you to do a red turn signal.
Next stop, main station.
And you want to get it this in not all the bus stops have this. And now we have people coming in. Now, since this is the first stop, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see. Close the doors. Oh, I can't close the doors.
What? Oh, here you go. Where is it? Here.
There's only 3
Where
people.
is it?
Okay. They all have valid tickets. So I don't always have to check them. I just do it every so often. So here, I have to do a left turn signal, and you'll notice if you watch on the right, there's no cars, but they will stop and let you go out.
Get to my stop soon.
Oh, it's a green light here.
Calling.
See, now if you notice, when I indicated left leaving this bus stop, I got a little green merit there. The better you do on this sort of stuff, the more points you get. And here's the thing, I love having traffic lights because it forces the traffic to act believably.
Huh.
So right now, I'm going from the train station to the airport.
Oh, it was awesome. Sightseeing and shopping all day
yeah,
long.
and there's also the customer banter.
Also, you mentioned this is like New York area. Is it?
No, this is not New York.
Oh, okay.
This is a place called Seacrest, I believe, but...
Parking to perfection.
I love it when bus passengers praise your parking skills. I don't think that's ever happened in the universe ever.
That was a good parking job you did there, man.
Yeah. Oh, look at this guy. You got caught. You forgot to bring your umbrella, now, didn't you?
Marbles, marbles.
Look at him. Look at him.
Marbles, marbles, marbles.
So are there people that'll
After
try
a
to get
while,
on your bus
Stop
without
sounding
tickets?
like a word.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, a lot of them have bus tickets. Whoops. Okay, so
What
this
are they-
I know that I have to be in this lane to turn left.
High Road.
So what happens if they don't have a ticket?
They get fined, and I get more money. That's a red light. So I can look in the passenger mirror.
But you just like get to kick them off, and they're just
No,
like,
they buy their ticket for. You'll notice. Actually, oh shoot, did I have it enabled? Did I have my ticket? I'm pretty sure I had my ticket machine enabled. Oh well. So yeah, it's so sad when it happens to someone you know, going senile like that. Oh, is it green? Yes, it is. It doesn't matter. The traffic on the other side is moving. Oh, okay. They're letting me through.
I see.
One thing about driving a bus is obviously it has a very big. It's very big. It's not like a car in which you know. See, now here's no traffic light. Now I have to be careful because these guys don't give a fuck. They'll just ram right into you, which irritates the hell out of me. I'm halfway across the intersection. And a car will just simply decide, you know what? I'm going to ram his ass. Oh, there's a lot of people. Now, hopefully I have... They're paying. Because, I wanted to have this where people have to pay to get on. Some people will pay to get on. Like this fellow. Are you going to pay to get on?
Is it really new, or
No?
that's just a new paint job?
Oh, crap. I think I have it on no payment. Which is because here I have a ticket machine, and I print out tickets.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't look like now here. This one is tricky because you actually have to be on this lane to go forward.
Stop, Winfield Way.
Wait. It's red. I almost read the red light.
So, like, if I am to understand what you just said there, you've played this enough that you just recognize certain parts of the city and the streets the way they are.
I mean, here's the thing. In the campaign, I have not gotten the airport or anything. I've only been accessible through the sandbox, which is fine. There's also DLC, which open up even more areas. Oh, it's green.
Feels like we partied the whole night through with the old
Yeah,
song.
tell me about it,
I am so
Grandpa.
tired.
Grandpa
DLC.
partied all night at the old sawmill. There's a yield, but I didn't see anybody coming, so that's fine. Oh, see now, you can't feel it. It's rumbling a little bit because I'm close to the... and it will dock you if you go on the curb. Now you can see it gets trickier out here. Okay, so now we're really in the boondocks. And we're going to see some cows as we pass by. That's normal for when you're going from the train station to the airport. See? I could do this through the mirror, but I'm gonna get... Oh, it's moving? I'm gonna get up. Talk to this person. Hey! Hey!
Oh, sorry. I'll turn it down.
It's a bad sign when the bus driver gets up out of his seat to talk to you.
In the middle of traffic now.
Is there traffic? Oh yeah, look, oh wow. I caused a traffic jam with that. See that, old man? That was all your fault. Oh, look, there's some cows.
Oh, no. I fell asleep.
What is he talking about?
I absolutely hate when my bus driver stops all of traffic to yell at a guy over his music.
I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Now the bus is actually pretty detailed. Oh! Okay, so that was a pothole. And if you ride over a pothole more than 30 kilometers an hour, you get a demerit.
Kilometers. So this is
This is Germany. And how do I know it's
Okay.
Germany? All the cars and buses and all that have German license plates.
Yeah. As soon as he said kilometers, it's like, okay,
Is my brake? Are my brakes on? Yeah, they are. Okay. Okay. Just straightforward. You better not ram me. I swear. You stay where you are. I slowed down for you. Okay, here's one of the hard parts of this route. Well, actually, it's not. There's even worse one, but I'm coming up on a hairpin. And have a big old bus.
Tough to take in a bus.
Yeah, but you trust me, there are bigger buses.
You telling me that the turn radius of a bus doesn't match that of a NASCAR driver?
Well, in this case, oh no, this isn't the real hairpin. There are some hairpins on the routes. Also, you may notice I'm able to speed up to what's maximum for this bus, which is 70 kilometers an hour. There are speed limits, so I have to be careful. And right, the speed limit for this is... Now, I do have... You'll notice... Actually, I could drive faster, but you'll notice that on the right side of the GPS, there's a exclamation point. That's a speed limiter, which prevents me from going faster than the speed limit. Whoa! I have to remember, it is raining. And traction is not great. I don't want to go in a head-on collision with any of those trucks.
How many demerits do you get if you hit the hairpin turn too hard, collide with the barrier, and kill everyone on board?
Well, if that happens, the screen goes white and then you reset on the road.
Ah.
But you also docked a couple tens of thousands of dollars.
Ultimately, that sounds forgiving compared to.
I mean,
if
you damage the bus, you get penalized. If you crash into a car, you get penalized, but with money. If you crash into a person, the screen goes white, and you're docked $10,000. So that's how much a person's life is worth in this universe.
Exactly, $10,000.
Yep, just send it to his widow. Say, here, we're sorry your husband is dead, but here's $10,000.
Here's $10,000, buy a new husband.
Now this route, you'll notice, doesn't have that many stops on it. This is one of those long stops. This is one of those long routes, which is, it's more like Greyhound than it is a city. It's one of those, this is like one of those limited city buses, you know, the ones that go from one district to the other and go by zones. I'm coming up on a stop.
This is relaxing. This is like of a foregone time. Have you ever seen a Greyhound station nowadays? They are sad. They are gray and sad and empty.
My gaming group in Los Angeles was a couple of blocks away from the Greyhound station where I had to get off on the bus. It was the only place that was an ATM for a long while. See, one of the problems with the rain is that I really can't see the potholes. And there's a lot of stuff that looks like potholes. See, 50 miles an hour limit. I'm well ahead of time here.
Next stop, Winfield West.
Just people standing in the middle of nowhere waiting for the bus.
This is not the middle. Actually, you know what? I think
Bye-bye.
this is, I don't know.
Oh, you have an avatar. You can actually get off and on the bus.
Yeah, and here's the best part. Sometimes people will leave things on the bus, and I have to run after them and give them their stuff. Oh, you forgot your cell
Here.
phone.
Where is... Of course.
I think they're all going to have valid tickets, damn it.
Here you go.
That sucks.
Here.
Tell you can't trust these people when money is involved.
Yeah, with some strange dialogue.
See, the car
just to
on
fill
the
the
left there, he
silence.
stopped for me because I had the left turn signal going.
Yeah, it's interesting how much, like, you don't see too many games that will actually, like, obey the traffic laws this much.
Well, these guys barely obey the traffic laws. One thing they do not obey is, if there's a bus crossing the intersection, do not ram into that side. And it's not my fault, damn it! And you know, if they want to kill themselves, I mean, they're just a car. They're a tin can. I'm a bus.
You are a bus.
Yep. This isn't very urban, so the
How
next.
did I end up here?
I like it though. I like the
You hear that guy?
mountainside.
He just asked how he ended up here. It's sad, so sad when your friends get dementia.
That is sad.
How did I end up here, sir? You walked onto the bus 5 minutes ago. I assumed you want to go to the airport, unless he thinks he can fly without a plane. Oh, this is the best part. That bus, that is actually one of the bus routes that I created. And you see, he flashed his brights at me. Oh, look, we have a handicapped passenger. So for the Handicapped Passenger, I have to send out the ramp.
Get out.
Wow,
Dump
that's
it
a
in the
nice
bus.
bus.
Thank you. I bought it myself. Can I look? There we go. So now you see the Handicapped Passengers got on. But here's the thing I almost always
really
forget.
see
You have to
what they
retract
got.
that ramp before you can close the doors. Oh, this idiot. Look at this. Why are you walking in the middle of the street in front of the bus? See, this is how I get people to hit me. I don't hit them, they just run into the back of my bus. Because they're
Rude.
fools. And they walk in front of the bus and they delay me. So, let's get on with some stuff. Now, I recently put a poll on Twitter asking people a poll, which Dark Souls should I play first on the Xbox One X, since I have never actually played Dark Souls. And I said Dark Souls 1, Prepared to Die Edition, Dark Souls 2, or Dark Souls 3. Almost 60% of the people said I should play the first one, which is logical sense. But more people said I should play the third one first than the second one. So you are a Dark Souls expert.
Next stop, Miller Road.
Why do you think... Go ahead. Why do you think people said I should play 3 ahead of 2 if I was to do that?
This
Because
parking
3 is
position
very,
is
very,
just
very good.
perfect.
It fixes
I
a
haven't
lot of
seen
the problems
Stefan
with the
in a
series.
while.
And
Still
you,
sick?
there's
No, he's
there's a
sick
connected
again.
story between the Dark Souls games, but it's only very, very loosely so. Like it's a lot of background environmental storytelling and not a lot of like blatant like this leads to this, this leads to this, this leads to that. So you're not gonna miss out on anything by going into the Dark Souls 3 first, because the story is already kind of nonsensical.
Let me ask you a question.
Last stop.
How
Please
the
leave the bus.
gameplay aspect of Dark Souls 3, how does it improve on the first 2 then? Or is it just the same stuff?
It's smoother. There's more to do. There's more enemies. I like the enemy variation in Dark Souls 3 than I like in 2 or 1.
Yeah, I remember Dark Souls 2 is guys in armor, while Dark Souls 3 is guy in armor, and halfway through he'll just turn into a blob monster.
It's like you really feel how there are some cool bosses in Dark Souls 1, but there are also just like a lot of samey stuff.
Oh, you see? Oh, we're at the airport. And I have to slow down.
I mean, like, there's a lot of cool things about Dark Souls 1, and if you want to see where it began, like, I'm the type of person that I'll play a game that I don't consider as good. Like, I don't think Fallout 1 or 2 are anywhere near as good as Fallout 3 or New Vegas, but they are interesting, and I played through those games just for the sake of seeing what they had in them. And I think that there's something to be said for that for Dark Souls 1 as well.
Yeah, a lot of people... I actually looked it up because someone asked me, when I asked the question, if the frame rate on the... if it was if it was improved on the Xbox One X, I didn't know. So I had to look at comparison videos, and it maintains a consistent 30 frames per second. Because I heard that on some things it just drops for the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? You're not
So-
on any of the fun.
I think they put it on
Stop.
Switch,
Please leave the bus.
Thanks for being so punctual.
which I don't care how
Goodbye.
old the game is. It's still modern enough that I just can't imagine it being very fully optimized for Switch. Like either the visuals are going to take a hit or the frame rate is going to take a hit.
Okay, check this out. I have to check to see if anybody left any garbage in my bus. No garbage. They will leave garbage in your bus that you have to clean up.
Your bus has a very nice spackling interior paint job.
Oh, actually, it's wood finish. So I'm going to check something. I'm not going to start this drive. Yeah, see, I have to enable the cashier. So let's go to a more urban place in this. So you were saying about Dark Souls.
Oh, I still think there's some value in checking out one if you're interested in the series, but if you just want to like get the best out of the Dark Souls franchise, I would straight up just go for Dark Souls 3. Or I would go for Bloodborne. Bloodborne is also very good.
I think I'm gonna do the loop. Is there a loop here? I could have sworn I did a loop. Oh yeah, an Astro Loop. There we are. So this is the clean part of the city. It has no potholes at all. But it also has no, it doesn't have any traffic lights. So I'm going to make sure that we have the cashier on. So now you can see people doing things. And this is the purple route I will maintain and have a purple bus. And there's a lot of bus routes in this route, so you're going to see a lot of buses with... Oh, okay, it's a nighttime shot. Just...
Next stop, Media
So,
Center.
let's just wrap this Dark
Astra.
Souls thing up again. What were you saying about 1 again?
Oh, I was saying that like I think there's value in playing 1 if you're interested in the series, but if you just want the best
May I
out
have
of
a
it,
ticket,
like
please?
the best that Dark Souls has to offer, just
You're
go straight to
blocking the door.
or play Bloodborne, because Bloodborne is also very fun.
Thanks.
Someone
A
blocking... Hold
ticket,
on.
please.
I have to tell this idiot not to stand next to doors. You know what? I'm willing to bet he's trying to get on without permission. I'm going to have to check him.
Yes, but
Thank you.
Oh, I love it when people give exact change. Okay, so...
hold on. Here.
Here.
Where is it? Ah, here
Damn,
you
they
go.
all paid for their tickets, including the person who just bought his ticket from me. So, game news. What do we have on the docket?
Alright, so one of the things we were going to look at today was Nintendo
Next
is
stop,
gearing up for
Greenwich
increased Switch
Square.
production following global shortages.
Yeah, I think we talked about this on last night's podcast. And you know, every time I hear about shortage in Nintendo, I always think, yeah, it's a self-induced one. They're just trying to, you know, get people interested in the property just so that they can jack up the price and make people want it. Oh, here comes a speed bump. But in this case, it's coronavirus.
Yeah. So it was something that was going on in early March, where factories that were producing the Nintendo Switch were in Wuhan, so they had been shut down. And as a direct result, a lot of that was when Animal Crossing Special Edition Switches were starting to ship, and a lot of those got delayed indefinitely for Japan.
Yeah. And now there's reports of scalpers just with obscene prices for it, if I remember correctly. Oh, whoa! That was a mistake. You see, I hit the... That's because I accidentally did an external view, because the movement and the steering wheel and the third-person thing are both on the same stick. It's just that when you press down on the stick, it'll...
Wait, did you commit a murder just now?
No, I hit the curb.
Ah. I looked away for a second and when I looked up and said...
Greenwich Square.
No,
I
I
was
didn't get
wondering
any
if it
money
did
to
That
dock,
goat in the last
but I did
episode of
get it
Winter of
demerit.
Passion was a bit
Ah.
out of place.
Yeah, I don't think that it's a bummer about
One
the scalpers
ticket,
because I
please.
don't think that the production on the Switch is going to be back in normal shape
Thanks.
anytime soon.
Wait, that's it? That's all? Just... What? Hold on. See, now I'm suspicious.
Sure.
What?
Sure.
God, that woman's... What? Now, listen,
Why was she upset? Why was she so upset about the fact that she had a ticket?
She was upset that I was asking to see her ticket.
Next
She had a
stop,
ticket.
Astra Promenade.
Yeah, and every time they get caught, they say, "Oh, I forgot my ticket." Yeah, right. You forgot your ticket. Put that in major quotes. So, what else is there? Oh, whew. Okay, that was a speed bump. I nearly got a demerit for driving over it too fast.
Ultimate Games and Majda Games has just announced Pope Simulator for PC.
I saw that. So,
Did that chicken just cross the road?
you know, you can have a simulator for everything. Oh, there's one of the buses that I in this route up ahead.
It's relevant to this. It's relevant to this this live stream.
Next stop, Astro.
Now, here's the interesting thing: is that there is a multiplayer for this, and you can have up to 16 people driving buses around town. That's the number 2 route. Here's the one thing I like: the front of your bus will show the route and the name of that route.
Ah.
I have to open doors for these people all the time.
I need a ticket.
So you're into Bus Simulator. How much do you see yourself being into Pope Simulator?
Thank
It
you.
reminds me of one of those games that are very indie, like Rockstar Simulator, or I remember, or actually, you know, there's so many games in which you have to choose who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. I don't know if you've seen some of these games. They're really tongue-in-cheek, or like or Life Simulator, and one of the lives you can be is during a zombie apocalypse. But it takes itself seriously, I guess. I mean, you get to tell who to go screw themselves and who to visit, you know. I mean, there's a game for everybody. I'm just driving a bus. Maybe someone wants to be Pope.
I do want to know what kind of decisions you make in Pope Simulator.
Well, you know what the real use for that game is, and that is how do you abuse the power of Pope and see what extremes you can get out of that game.
Stop, Zellerman Research Center.
Have you ever seen the show The Whitest Kids You Know?
No.
There's a song
you
about
see
being
that?
Pope.
That was one of the buses passing me by. That was one of my people. They just flashed me.
Nice.
I haven't
Thank
seen that
you.
show.
Hello.
There's a song about the Pope in that show.
Really?
And I do believe that one of the lines is that God is not up in the sky; He's in my bank account.
What?
It's a little bit of a sacrilegious song.
To say the least. Hey, what do you think you're doing there, huh? This is my road.
Next stop, North.
When I'm pulling out, you stop. Although it must be said, you know, objects may appear closer in the mirror than they really are. So I guess that's the case there. So, yeah. I mean, what would you do if you were Pope?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't want to control the lives of other people.
Next stop.
You're not controlling the
North
lives of other
Slope.
people. You're just giving them guidance.
Yeah, and I mean, as a person that was raised Irish Catholic and
dear.
has moved away from that a bit, I have qualms
A
with
ticket, please.
a lot of the practices,
Thank you.
and
I need to
that's
purchase
kind of what rubs
several
me the wrong
tickets.
way around. I guess that's part of like what makes me think I don't wanna.
Well, you know, it did give me a stiffy when rich people
Thanks.
got upset at the current pope for saying that, for repeating the fact that if you're rich, you have a responsibility to the poor and pissing them all off.
There's that, and then there's like the one time he said, "What if science is good?"
Next stop.
Here's the thing: do you know that the Vatican has its own astronomy center? They have
Did you see the
they
last
have
episode?
committed
No,
astronomers in the
don't spoil it
Vatican.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a long way from them saying, yeah, the Earth doesn't revolve around the sun. Although, here's the thing, they already knew that it
Next
did.
stop.
One thing,
South Spoke.
it wasn't until Gulliver's Travels that anybody thought that ancient peoples thought the Earth was flat. Everybody knew it was around. I mean, all you had to have is two eyes to know that when, you know, the boat goes underneath the horizon, that's indication it's going down sail last. It's, I have to trick these people. You see?
Of course.
Somebody left
There you
garbage
go.
on my seat. The things I have to do with this bus. If I was a real bus driver, that would drive me berserk. Oh, why did I open the doors?
Would you keep like a?
Yeah, I'll
Almost.
keep a plastic bag in front, yeah.
I was gonna
I'd
say,
want to
like,
dump my
almost,
own garbage, too, you know.
Next stop.
I was gonna
East
say,
Spoke.
would you be like disgustingly sanitary, like just like every little bit of trash drives you berserk to
Here we go again. And there's only one person on the fucking bus. Hey! Hey!
Sorry.
Well,
Look
they
at all
tell
these
you
people
no.
you're pissing off. Oh, just two
If you
people,
do-
but still.
If you do it from your seat, well, they sometimes be like, no.
No, they pay attention because they don't want me to get out of my seat, like I did the last time.
Everyone is so polite in this world.
Well, it is
Except for
Germany.
like when they're not.
It's Europe. They have more polite people in Europe, at least on public transportation. See, I'm doing a loop, so I'm doing the entirety of this. I don't know what to call this. I mean, there's a lot of tech buildings here. You know, it has that sort of... It has that collegiate feel to it. But there's a lot of corporations here. See, over there and over there. So... we don't have stuff like this in Manhattan. See, it isn't this. I mean, it's, I don't know, maybe more like downtown Cleveland or even L.A. I mean, L.A. doesn't have much of a down. It has Century. This looks like Century City. No, actually not, because look, those are obviously apartment buildings there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice place to live, actually. Now that I think about it. Next thing I have to do it during the daytime, and if I'm unlucky, it'll be during a holiday.
A ticket, please. Thank you.
So what else do we have on the docket?
Alright. Next is, does the Xbox Lockhart Series S exist or not?
Oh yeah, so this is a good question. Because here's the thing. Now, what they think the Lockhart is the Xbox Series S. Just like there's an Xbox One S, the Xbox Series S, and what I'm... Oh! Hey! See, that's what I'm talking about, these drivers. And he actually stopped for me, I'm shocked. He just didn't ram my bus right off into the next lane. These people don't care.
Next stop, West
They don't care. They see me crossing, they see I'm almost across. Stop your truck. I have 2 people on board. Anyways, because the thing that they're saying about the Xbox Series S is that it would be a $300 console with, I think the same, something would be the same graphically, and the other thing would keep it on par with the Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, you know, they say that the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are both at least going to be $500.
Stop. Please leave the bus.
So if Microsoft announces the Xbox Series S, which will say you can play Xbox Series X games, which will do 4K games, and oh, hey, he's on the Astro Loop too. But you'll be able to use it with your 4K TV and all that stuff, but it'll only cost $300. That would be really appealing to people who don't want to spend $500 to $600 on the Xbox Series X, but do want to play something like Halo Infinite with comparable to the Xbox Series X.
What are the odds that this comes out at the same time as the Xbox Series X?
Yeah. I
Do you
mean,
think it's going to come out at the launch?
yeah. I mean, the Xbox Microsoft already did this with the Xbox 360. Remember, they had the Xbox Core and the Xbox with a hard drive, and if you wanted to, you could slap on a hard drive later.
Oh, that's true. They did do basically just like 40, 60, 120 gig hard drive, and then the one that just didn't have anything.
No. Well, when it first launched, it was only a 20 gigabyte. That's it. But here's the thing: is that if you bought an Xbox 360 with a hard drive or bought them separately, they still cost the same.
Stockers Square. Last stop. Please leave the bus.
I have to wait for him to leave. Just flash my brights at him. And there's the last stop. Get out! Get out! All of you get out. I gotta check to see if you left any more garbage on my bus.
Bye.
So what do you think? I mean, now the article didn't seem to think it was a smart idea to to release a lesser console.
I mean, $500 is a lot of money. If you're giving people an entry point, then that seems like If you're giving people an entry point that they can upgrade later, that seems like a smart idea.
I don't know. Like I said, there's arguments to be said for both of them.
Tell you what, there's a lot of families out there that are not going to be like, oh, $500 console, let me just pony up for that right now.
Well, I will, but then again, I'm a sucker.
Yeah, but like, little Jimmy's going to put that on his Christmas list, and his parents are going to be like, Santa isn't real anymore.
I don't know. I mean, what's interesting is the article said that the Xbox Series X was going to be between. One of the things I should have done was lower the volume a bit on the game, so we don't get drowned out. There we go. That's better. Yes. I don't know. I lost my train of thought here. What was I going to say?
Something about the fact that are people going to be able to, like, how is it good to have an entry point, or are people going to be able to go in on a $500 console at launch?
Oh no, what I was going to say was interesting that he said that the range for the Xbox Series X was going to be between $500 and $600. And I think Microsoft might be suicidal to release a $600 console. They have to be a loss leader if it's going to cost that much to make. And the PS5 is going to be $500 to $550. I'm wondering where that extra $50 is from. So.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, well, did you see the... oh, come on. I know what's going on here. Get out of the door! And while you're at it...
Here's the ticket. And here.
Uh-huh.
Here. Here you go.
Jeez. I don't like the way they portray the old in this game. I don't know. Oh, here it is.
You
Why am I
need
not...
to see the view down
Nobody
the
knows where
harbor.
they are.
Whoa, whoa!
in this town.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They don't give a fuck. I had my signal. And he just decided, you know what, I'm just going to blow right by him.
Huh.
You know, in New York, bus drivers get much more respect from the, well, most bus drivers do because the bus is huge.
Yeah, also, everybody takes the bus in New York. Nobody drives because nobody drives because there's too much traffic. It's like you said in
Oh,
Futurama.
God. Speaking of which, this is where the real annoyance of this game comes in when you have daytime. You may say that they're aggressive, but usually these guys, oh, they're actually moving forward. Sometimes they'll just wait for the other people to go. And it'll be like, go already. And you can honk all you want, they'll ignore you. See, now we're in the more, we're in the wharf area. See all these canneries and industrial places. So, I will probably be getting an Xbox Series X at launch because I'm a tool.
Yeah, I mean, like, enthusiasts will be able to go after it. I'm more curious about families and, like, trying to make the new living room console.
Hello. I have both my hands on the gamepad. I can't flash them back. Here's the thing, though. Microsoft's message has been, get the Series X, the next gen, whenever you want, because everything that we release on the Xbox One is going to be available on the Xbox Series X. It's going to be 100% backwards compatible. And if you buy the game digitally, or actually not even, if you just buy the game, when you get your Xbox Series X, yeah, you're going to have that game. You don't have to rebuy it, and the graphics will be upgraded, and you'll have all your save games. So Microsoft isn't really forcing people to upgrade that fast.
Next stop, Harbor.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they've got that deal where you're going to be able to continue to buy Xbox One games, and they'll upgrade later.
That was close.
So that's a good thing.
But then, you know, how that also ties in with the Xbox Series X, or Lockhart, or whatever they're going to be calling it. Because maybe they do want people to buy a console. but don't want them to spend so much. I don't think that the Series S is going to be for people who own an Xbox One. It's going to be for people who don't own either and are thinking, well, maybe I'll go an entry fee with this. Get it for $300. If I like it, I will trade it in at GameStop and get the X.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think it's going to be a really interesting. I think it's going to be interesting if the consoles actually launch this year, given like how things have been going.
Well, I mean, Microsoft and Sony have both said it's on target.
Sony has mentioned that they're having trouble getting a hold of certain parts for it, which is going to force them to limit production in the first year.
Center.
Well, they had enough to show a gamepad.
Yeah. But
That's
like,
perfect.
I think they're talking about limiting it to like. They're still talking about launching it in 2020.
See, no, here we are. Someone left their briefcase on the bus. Hey, idiot! Did you forget something? Now give me your tip.
Sure got to not be janky around that old man.
See, that's what happened. That was an old woman. Was it a man? I can't tell from here. You know, she was off at work, close quote, quote unquote, and I think I caught them in doing something dirty. They were having a little afternoon delight. You know, since I spent that time.
Where is it? Ah, here you go.
Hold on. Here.
You know, people have been really honest this time.
Here.
No one's been sneaking on without a ticket. So here, look at this. This person may want to get on. It will demerit you for leaving a station without a passenger. Okay, she's just sitting there. She's being a cock tease, pretending she wants to be on the bus. Now, if this game says you left a passenger behind, I will slap it 7 moments from Sunday. Okay, so I had no demerit.
Astra.
You know, look at this. This was not here before. I have to be careful because there's some construction going on. Oh, damn it! I hit the construction.
I know.
I got docked for $1,000 for. Oh wait! Oh. Whew. Oh look, that guy's really pissed
long
off
time
at
no
me.
See. How was your vacation?
Did you see that guy? He just stopped there and say,
Awesome.
because I cut him off. I put off a pedestrian.
All day long.
Sounds lovely. I think I'll book a vacation there for next year.
So
everybody
everybody loved.
vehicles.
Yeah, everybody loved the Cyberpunk 2077 Xbox controller though.
It's so interesting that Cyberpunk and Xbox came together for a console in June.
Well, they had to, I think they were sort of forced into it with Keanu Reeves' performance at the E3 last year.
I have a different theory about what happened.
Okay.
I think that they made this deal well before Cyberpunk 2077 got pushed back from April to September. And now that E3 is gone, they were probably going to show it at E3.
Do you think they would have had Keanu Reeves show it off?
I think they just had to go ahead and just like be like, well, there's nothing to do now. The game is delayed to September. We've got this deal. We've got this console made. Let's just go ahead and announce it.
You know, I look at that gamepad and it thinks I could snap it in half like a Joy-Con.
It kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Looks like you could just split it, like pull it from each end out, and then fit some new mods in there, some augments.
And people like bicolored gamepads. Now, the one thing that what? Oh, damn it! I had the turn signal going on while I was making a turn, and it demerited me for having a turn. Whoa! That was almost not a successful merge. Okay, here I can go fast as I want. See that? Look at my speed. It's going past 80 kilometers an hour. This is the fun part of the game when you get to actually drive fast. The crashes will be more spectacular, but I actually crashed into a car, and it flipped over, and it was just spinning on its side. Anyway, but the interesting thing about that PlayStation controller is that it started a lot of speculation if the PlayStation 5 would be white.
Yes. It had like the white, and then it had the blue motifs in between. I'm not entirely sure about that, but like I don't know that I care too much about if a system is like any given color as long as it's a good system. A lot of people don't want the system to be white because it's stark and contrasting, and also like white is easier. White collects dust and dirt easier.
Yeah, you were mentioning that on the podcast that you don't like white consoles. But I might. Hey, what is this? What are you doing? Look at this guy. What does he think he's doing? Hey! Hey! You motherfucker.
What is this? You must be from New Jersey.
See, now that's not bad traffic AI, that's actually realistic traffic AI. Oh god, we have a traffic jam. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This always happens at this intersection. Getting into the spokes. Oh, what do you think you're doing? I see you back there. Look at him. No. You're not... I'm gonna cut you off right now. You're not getting in front of me. If I get money demoted because these assholes are decide that they're the king. Anyways, as we were saying, I mean, I had the Xbox 360 was white and I cleaned it. It didn't get too dirty until I stopped using it.
Yeah, I don't have any I don't have any problem with white consoles. I just know a lot
What?
of other people do.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I've had my original, so like I have had my original PS4 from when Destiny 1 launched.
Is that a white console?
To lock the front door.
Yeah, it's a white console.
Next stop.
So I've had that thing for quite a while.
Okay. Stop. What's
Thanks
next
for
on the
being so punctual.
What's next on the news docket?
So Fallout 76 just dropped the new Wastelanders update, which adds NPCs to the game.
How often do you want to see it?
And
How
now
often do you want to see it?
players are complaining about a
I
quote-unquote
already showed
game-breaking
it.
bug, in which if you die near certain NPCs, they will steal your gear and not give it back.
I think that's actually a cool feature.
I think it's great. Because, like, in the past, if you died, then, like, you just, like, that's it. You die. There's nothing to... There's nothing to do about it but reload your save. This doesn't have that. Like, the game is continuous. It is, like, it's one of those rare Bethesda games where it's continuous. There's no stopping the game. There's no reloading a save.
Here comes a
It's a
speed bump.
persistent world. And on the other hand, people might not remember, but
In last
NPCs
week's
in
episode,
Fallout
they finally revealed
and
that
Elder
Hans has
Scrolls
a twin
games
sister.
already did that.
Christine.
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing a game in which I died. It wasn't Elder Scrolls or Fallout, but I would wake up and find they were carrying around my shit, and that just made me want to murder them even more. You can kill me, yeah, but don't take my stuff. I'll come back and haunt you.
And so, like, you have this thing where, like, because that was the thing back even as far as Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 were, if, like, you were fighting a group of NPCs and they, like, ran out of ammo or something, and then one of their friends died, they'd run over and take their friend's gun and start shooting at you with that. That was a thing that was, like, existing before now.
Oh, you know,
And
I
so-
remember now. In Fallout 4, if I died, okay. If I died, I remember sometimes a band would be wearing my armor, my power armor, and it was just, how dare you?
Mm-hmm.
How dare you wear my stuff? No, that was Fallout, so they have no reason to
Punctual,
complain.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, like, it's funny because you now have this persistent world where
A ticket.
NPCs exist and they will steal your stuff if you die.
Well, there's another news item like a few days ago, which was even funnier, and that is now if you know in Fallout 76, that is, you can regularly nuke things. That's part of the game, is that finding the launch codes and then nuking other people with a nuke. Well, that was when the wasteland was a wasteland. There were no NPCs. Now there are NPCs, and it's interesting to see how Bethesda. Oh, I have my turn signal on. What is wrong with you? And
Sorry, I forgot to.
Ah! You see, this you could never do in New York. You could never, in New York, ask the bus driver to stop because you missed your stop. And now she's just gonna glide over. Anyway. So now in Fallout 76, if you nuke a town, the NPCs will still be there, and the only change is they'll be all wearing hazmat suits. And it strikes people as funny. It's sort of like, oh yeah, another day, another nuke. It's like having to clean your gutters. You know, yeah, the cat threw up, and also I had to don a suit because someone decided to nuke our town again. What's that? 5 for you this month?
I mean, when you live in the apocalypse, everything is already like
Irradiated.
wasteland, irradiated. There are.
But I would
tools.
imagine in the wasteland, people wouldn't have that much access to high-grade nuclear fissionable. You know, it's like.
Here you go.
But I just find it funny.
You saw my ticket already.
What? Oh.
I just find it funny that it's like no big deal to these NPCs. Like, you know, whatever. And then, you know, actually, now I know why they steal your shit. Because, hey, you nuked us last week.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, this is years of
callousness.
This is years of privileged players just being able to loot corpses as they please. Now the shoe is on the other foot, and the NPCs will now take your swag if you happen to die around them.
Yeah, you know, remember Megatown when everybody actually died? Except for one person who became a ghoul? Mm-hmm. These people don't give a shit. They think Megaton is just a town full of cowards. Yeah, dying's easy. Imagine if this city was nuked. Would you call this a city?
I would at least, yeah, I would call this a...
Zellerman Research Center.
It's clearly got a business district.
Well, there is another, and that'll be our last route of the day.
It's a very nice city.
There's also an old town. I guess I should do the next route into Old Town so you can see what that's like. That's actually where we started from in the first one when we were going from main station.
I feel like I heard at some point there was some sort of official population margins that determines whether a place is a town or a city.
Really? I think in the United States you just have to be incorporated.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it was like if you have
over here on the right.
I feel like if it was like if you have a population over 50,000.
Hey. Go ahead.
If you have a population over like 50,000 or something, it's a city. If it's lower than that, it's a town or something. I don't know. There are weird laws about everything.
Thank you. What?
But this next one we got on our list is you care about Madden, right?
Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
May I have a ticket?
You know, by the way, the draft is in 10 minutes. Let me ask you a
yeah.
question. You do follow a team, right?
I follow the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
That's
So,
my hometown.
who do you think they're going to draft?
You know, I don't know. Like, boosting our defense at this point would probably be best because we have a lot of great offensive weapons.
Where are the Chiefs drafting anyway? Are they like near the bottom, or do they have
Probably
a higher
near the
pick?
bottom.
Yeah.
They had a stellar year last year.
Well, yes, they went to the Super Bowl. I remember. They actually won it.
And they won it.
Yep.
Oh
Andy
my
Reid
God.
got his vindication.
I got to see one in my life, which is great.
I'm a Giants fan. I got to see several.
Yeah. Some of us
Wait,
don't
but
get to see several.
Yeah, I know the Chiefs did win very early on. I think they won in Super Bowl III. I think they were the first AFC team to beat the NFC. No, I'm sorry, Super Bowl IV. So number 3 was the famous Jets game, Jets versus Colts. I don't remember who the. Oh yeah, the Chiefs played against the Vikings, who were dominant. They gave the Chiefs no chance whatsoever in that game. They were like 2.5 touchdown underdogs. until they found out, wait a minute, these AFC teams can actually, or AFL teams, sorry, can actually play. So, they're not going for a quarterback, I know that. These Chiefs. I think they have that covered.
Yeah, it was Super Bowl 4. And they were also in Super Bowl 1 against the Green Bay Packers.
Yep, and they got waxed.
Mm-hmm.
And people said it was because the NFL had a dominant, any NFL team could easily wax any AFL team, but turns out the Vince Lombardi's teams are really, really good.
Yep.
Next stop.
So it wasn't a factor of it was the NFL, it was a factor it was the Green Bay Packers.
Please leave the bus.
But onto this news that we were. Well, actually, I don't know who the Chiefs are. I don't know who the Chiefs are going to draft. I would assume they're going to go for some defensive players because that's where kind of we were a little flimsy. But I want to know what the hell Houston is up to. Houston gave away some of their best weapons.
There we are.
And for what? They got a low draft pick in the second round.
So we're going to be going from the new part of the city to the old part of the city with this drive, and this will be the last drive. Now, I'm a Giants fan, so everybody assumes we're going to draft an offensive lineman, although everybody keeps on saying, oh, they're going to draft Isaiah Simmons. But I don't think the Giants need Isaiah Simmons.
What do you think of the fact that Tom Brady and Gronk are going to Tampa Bay?
Who cares? They're old. Stop at 4. Is this 4? Yeah. I hope this is right.
Next
Yep.
You don't think they can do anything in Tampa Bay?
station.
He was barely hanging on in New England, so no, I don't think he can do anything in Tampa Bay. Oh wait, where am I supposed to stop this bus? Here, I guess? Okay. I guess anywhere, it's a perfect stopping position.
Sunny weather.
But, no, not Isaiah Simmons. Now they think that they might draft Willis Jr. because he's from Alabama and Joe Judge has ties with Nick Saban, so it'll be interesting. I'll be shocked if they get anything but an offensive lineman, because the Giants desperately need one. I mean, Daniel Jones didn't fumble that much because he has sloppy hands. He got knocked on his ass 5 million times. So we shall see.
But Lamar Jackson is supposedly gonna be the cover star from that NFL 21. And for those who don't know, Lamar Jackson is the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens looked extremely hot this last year.
Uh-huh.
So not incredibly surprising that Lamar Jackson made the cover, because they were almost the story, but then they got shut out just short of the finish line.
They found out that good defense can stop anybody. Yeah, I know I'm going the wrong way on a one-way street, but you know what? I screwed up.
But
I'm going to restart this damn thing. I screwed up 7 ways from Sunday there. Well, how do you think he's going to get injured this time?
I don't know, because Patrick Mahomes was the NFL 20 star, and he made it out alive.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it doesn't always happen quickly. I mean, if the Chiefs go 2-14 this year, you could probably thank the the curse.
Yeah, but we won a Super Bowl for it, so it's whatever.
I'm going to show you this other bus. I'm going to show you the big bus, and why it's like driving a UFO. To me, it reminds me of driving UFO. It's also big, so I'm gonna have to be careful here. Look at this. Please stop at platform 4. Gotcha. Whatever, Madden's gonna suck. I cannot. Here's the thing, people keep on talking about how they want to see NFL 2K, and oh, fuck's sake, I crashed. This is the problem with driving this bus, people. It is too big.
That didn't take long.
Well, here's the thing. I'm doing... Oh, wait, I don't... Yeah, this is why... Oh, by the way, you're not allowed to drive one of those bendy buses here.
Oh, with the connectors in between?
Yeah, you can't... Yeah, you cannot drive it in here.
But you can't... Are they in this game, though?
Yeah, they are in this game, but you cannot drive one here.
Oh, I see.
Can I get it in? Can I get it in? Scrape. I'm gonna get another fine for this. Let's go, 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 go! I got fined, but I'm in. And I scraped the... Oh, come on! That's ticky-tack.
I'm already seeing what you're talking about with this bus.
Ticket, please.
Look at this
It
thing.
is
Look at this
a
thing.
monster.
Look at that thing. Well, this is going to be the comedy portion of the game, podcast, video, folks. Okay.
Such a nice day.
Oh, idiot.
Ew, what's that smell?
You? Okay, just for that, I'm going to check to
Oh,
see if you have a
no,
ticket.
I lost it.
See? See? The smell was your dishonesty. That was all on you. Oh, look. Bow your head in shame. Yes.
Where is it?
Look at all these seats, though.
Here you go.
Look at this.
Oh, no.
This bus is
See? There's another one. See? Dirty, rotten cheater. Forrest Gump has to pay for his ticket.
Should have run.
Run, Forrest, run. Yeah, you're taking a bus. Why aren't you running? Look, there's 4 people on this bus. Now, I think I'm supposed to... Oh, okay, so I'm supposed to turn here. And I'm supposed to take a U over here. And I hit... Oh, dear. I hit another curb. Oh, well. So, yeah. So we have Lamar Jackson, who is the next big thing until he's not again. Yeah, I got out of the bus station. Hooray me.
Baltimore was strong this last year, and they're probably just going to get stronger. So, I don't know. I feel like Baltimore is actually going to be a force to be reckoned with for a few years.
You know, every time someone says that, then that team tanks. Remember when the Cleveland Browns won the Super Bowl last year? And now Cleveland's trying to get rid of Odell because they realized he's a chode.
But he's a one-handed catching chode.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know, people were shocked when they traded, oh, damn, what's his name? Who's that all-world wide receiver that got traded? His name escapes me all of a sudden. But this draft is loaded with wide receivers. You don't need a superstar wide receiver. You just need one who can catch the ball.
Thanks.
I mean, the Giants got Darius Slayton in the 5th round. Oh, God. These guys are going to hem me in here, aren't they? So this is the old part of town. It's very European.
Oh, I like it. It reminds me. So I was actually in Cologne, Germany last year. For,
And look, there's
Gamescom.
the Euro flags over there. The European Union flags.
Yes, and I reckon that like the streets are slightly different from place to place.
Yeah, because here's the thing: a lot of cities in Europe are really old, so they don't have New York's grid.
Next stop, Town Hall Alley.
As a matter of fact, there's only one town in England which has a grid for, and I forgot which one it is. But that's because the local abbot wanted everything to be precise and... Oh, there's a pothole. And just had everything in a grid just to have efficiency. I think it was also the first town to have a town clock. But if you go into Lower Manhattan, everything's jumbled up there too, because that's the oldest part of town.
May I have a ticket, please?
So,
Thank you.
well, you know, in a few minutes we're going to find out the answers to the Giants' question.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yep. Last one we have on the ledger is so Call of Duty has a new update coming. It's going to be for Warzone and Modern Warfare. They're going to start purposely pairing suspected cheaters up against suspected cheaters in matches. and
is this gonna be like the Hunger Games now? Look at the size of this bus, and I'm just going through these tiny little streets. No wonder I'm bumping into all the cobblestones.
Very punctual. Thank you.
But yeah, so like this is the thing where
View down at the harbor.
they're improving upon the reporting features of the game, and they're going to use the reporting features of the game. Like when people get reported enough by enough people consistently, then they sort of like puts a flag on them,
May I have a ticket, please?
and that is going to be like if you get reported for cheating
Sort
all
of like
the time.
Like the letter, the Scarlet Letter, huh?
If you get reported for cheating all the time, then you're going to be put up against people that also get reported for cheating all the time. And I guess you're just going to find out what that's like.
It's like playing Counter-Strike.
Which would serve them right, because, like, Call of Duty Warzone is, as far as Battle Royales go, it's probably the one I like most right now, because it does, like, they do the FPS game so well. But it is ridden, like, just infested with cheaters.
It's a good time to check everybody's. No.
Of course.
I don't know. You know, I remember when Xbox Live was first done. They had something like you could declare whether you were casual or pro or hardcore, and they never really did anything. You see, I caught another cheater. Look at that. Speaking of cheating, that's what happens when you cheat on the bus. You have to spend 120 euro to stay on the bus.
Let's shove them all onto a bus full of cheaters.
And then it gets hit, and then you start The Walking Dead. But yeah, I mean, they had something like that, and Microsoft really didn't do anything with it. I mean, they didn't have games. Oh, crying out loud! At least we're coming to a stop, so I can get up out of my seat and not stop traffic. I'm not. Where are you? Where are you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
See, this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis as a bus driver. But they never really did anything with Xbox Live.
May I have a ticket, please?
And I think that's a missed opportunity.
Thank you.
You were probably like 5 years old when the Xbox 360 first came out.
Me? No, I was, that would be late teens. That was 06, 07, so let me think.
So you'd have been hardcore, huh? You'd have taken the hardcore.
Stop, Carpenter's Gate. Main station.
I don't know, I'm trying to remember. Like, the big years of Xbox 360 were like 06, right? I was,
Yeah, it first came
I
out in
was-
2005, I think.
in 06, I was 16. No, 17. So, yeah, I guess that was my
Wow,
teenage
these
years.
people are causing traffic, and it's not... Thank goodness I'm turning right, because they're blocking traffic on the other side of the street. Oh, damn it, again. This big-ass bus is not meant... Stop. Is not meant for these streets. Look at this thing. It's almost as big as that apartment building. Look at that. Almost as long.
Yeah.
Why am I driving it in these tiny little European streets? So yeah, you were saying about Xbox Live.
Oh, I was saying that when Xbox was a huge thing, I was around 16 or 17 years old. So I guess like I wasn't hardcore, but I did enjoy the system.
Okay. Did you play something like Counter-Strike?
No, I never. Counter-Strike came out on the first Xbox.
Oh, right. But I mean, well, do you ever play it?
No, I'm not huge into Counter-Strike. Also, that game is definitely for people that are a little bit more hardcore than me.
I actually
Although
played
I have been playing Valorant recently on the new first-person shooter from Riot. Everybody's saying it's like Counter-Strike.
Yeah, we talked about that last week on the podcast.
I'm not doing bad at it, so like maybe I am hardcore. Who knows? Maybe I am esports enough.
You're a hardcore fighting game person.
I've never thought of myself as all that good at first-person shooters, but I guess I'm better than some people out there because I've had some really good matches recently.
Stop, rail builders.
Well, I did play Counter-Strike at its height too, but I was definitely not what you consider a typical Counter-Strike person.
You weren't the next Shroud.
I wasn't the next guy who said homophobic slurs every other word.
I can't remember if Shroud's done that yet,
Birthday party
or at least been caught for it. I wouldn't think so.
Stayed.
I don't know.
Okay, this is going to be the tricky part. Is anybody going to crash into me? Am I going to crash into anybody because this is a big bus and I'm crossing all these lanes? Okay, good. Phew! You know what this game really needs? It needs a replay feature in which you can watch what you did from a third person's perspective. Okay, I avoided the pothole. Because sometimes I do maneuvers and I can't believe I got away with it. I want to see what it looked like from an outside point of view. Oh, there's a long route.
Oh yeah.
You ever drive a car and you have the bus just looming behind you, and it's sort of like this beast coming in from behind you? It's like
it makes me like really what's the word?
hello.
It gives me anxiety when I see that.
And they always drive this close. They'll drive really close up there. So like a reminder, you better move. If you don't move, I will move you for you. So we're past the hour, so we're gonna wrap this up now.
Rail builders.
This is fun. I haven't actually had a chance to just sit down and watch this game, so like this was relaxing.
Well, next game we're gonna have a co-op or a multiplayer, so we can do it together.
I need a few tickets, please.
It should be Valorant, because we'll definitely be able to concentrate while we're playing Valorant.
Anyway, you can find us at the TD Gaming Podcast, which is gamingpodcast.net. TJ also writes for Shack News, which is a venerable old site.
A happy old site where...
It's not blues news, but it's awfully close.
Quote-unquote, the best website in the world.
Yeah. And we will be taking questions if you guys want to just, email some questions to answer, which is usually de rigueur. We didn't have any questions because... really, this is short notice and no one knew about it.
Yeah, but it was still fun. Like this was an interesting format to try for this. I like having something interesting to watch. I know you're talking about doing co-op games, but it was kind of relaxing to just watch this game while you play it and we chat about some news.
You know what? I could be perverted and have us play Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.